Welcome to this week's edition of USSA's Industry Insider. Today, Ted Gartner with Garmin Tri-Tronics is on the phone to tell us how Garmin Tri-Tronics is really setting the standard for GPS-enabled e-collars and how canine legislation can really affect their market. So Ted, thanks so much for joining us, and tell me about the e-collar market and the trends that you're seeing.
Well, first, a little history. Garmin bought Tri-Tronics about 3.5 years ago, and Garmin really kind of entered the sporting dog business from a tracking side. Of course, Garmin is synonymous with GPS. And about 8 or 9 years ago, we came out with our first GPS tracking collar for dogs. And it was almost an overnight success. Hunters gravitated to it. Both houndsmen and upland hunters really appreciated it because they could track and figure out where their dogs are. We started talking with Tri-Tronics about 3.5 years ago, and decided that it would be great if we teamed up with Tri-Tronics, who's kind of this company that's synonymous with e-collars, and work on a combined product. And that's when we brought out the Alpha, which is both a tracking and a training or e-collar. So that's kind of how we brought Tri-Tronics into the fold. And ever since then, we've been working with Tri-Tronics, our office down in Tucson, very closely to kind of push the envelope on e-collars. And Tri-Tronics was a great company before, and it's a great subsidiary of ours today, but we're kind of pushing the envelope with some of the new things that we're doing.
So Ted, tell me a little bit about developing a product that really meets all the demands of your customers.
Sure. Well, when I say, anytime you're talking about GPS, it really is rocket science. You've got satellites in orbit that these units have to keep in contact with. Dogs present a special challenge that we've never had to deal with prior to this. They're tough on our equipment. People are tough, but when you're, less than a couple feet off the ground, hard charging through a swamp or timber or CRP land, they can be really tough on your equipment. So we pride ourselves in being rugged, and that's what I think we've done with our Alpha and Astro products. We try to make them as easy to use as possible, and that's a real challenge because our market wants a lot of features and a lot of functions, but at the end of the day, they want to turn on this unit, and they want it to be reliable, and they want it to be easy to use.
Ted, are there any challenges that you face with anti-hunters? Because as you know, dogs are always on the forefront of USSA's legal work. So how does that affect your business?
Sure. Well, there's always the challenges with, the anti-hunting community and their opposition to using dogs in any form of hunting. And quite frankly, that's why we got involved with the USSA. We knew that we could put our money to the best use, to the greatest good by contributing to this organization. And they're kind of the standard bearers. They can kind of watch out for issues that face us and our customers, and we can kind of join a united front. Everybody is entitled to their opinion on that. Certainly some of our customers are not in favor of hunting, and we respect that, but we'd also expect those customers to respect those who want the right to hunt. And we think it's very important that tradition be preserved in this country, and the USSA is helping us do that.
Ted, thanks so much for joining us and giving us a little insight into the e-collar market, and we encourage all of you to check out some of Garmin Tri-Tronics products at www.garmin.com.